And we're back. Thank you for joining South Texas Crossfire. We're going to be talking in this next segment of Legal Minute Clinic about pot, marijuana. You got it. Mary Jane, mota, yeska, So first and foremost, I think that worse than marijuana is alcohol. I think alcohol causes more violence, more deaths than marijuana. Am I a big supporter of using marijuana? No. If you are a nurse on duty, if you're a person working an oil rig, if you're an emergency room doctor, if you're a policeman, when on duty, what I say to people is stay away from it. Now, there are people that use marijuana recreationally, and there are also people that use it medicinally. This is a very hot topic, and one where it's legalized in many states. But the question is, what's going on here in Texas? Well, I'll tell you, it's still illegal here in Texas. Here in our particular county, I think the district attorney, Mark Gonzalez, has done a great job in treating it as it should be. It's a nonviolent offense, less than an ounce. We're looking at somebody that is doing a misdemeanor amount. They take a class, they get a fine, and they get a little mark. Pardon the pun. Filling jail cells full of people who smoke marijuana, actually, no, they should be paying a fine, in my opinion, and eating Twinkies and Doritos at home. Marijuana has been in our culture for a long time, something that it was once legal. It's now legal in many states. The federal government's view of marijuana is still that it's frowned upon, but it's a big moneymaker. Now it's becoming an industry moneymaker where people are making a ton of money on growing it, selling it. Nevada has just become one of those states, as well as several other states, including Colorado. But that is not carte blanche. Do not carry it with you flying from Colorado. Don't bring a batch of brownies with you to Texas. Why? Because guess what? You're crossing state lines. You could be accused of a federal offense, especially being on a plane. Now you're violating federal law. So keep that in mind. The other issue is that even if it is legal in some states, if you are on supervision or probation, you can be revoked, even if it's legal. Why? Because if they can revoke you for drinking alcohol, they can certainly revoke you for smoking or ingesting marijuana in any of its forms. So remember that marijuana is something that is being looked at very carefully, even with veterans right now, to relieve pain, PTSD. It has its place and its medicinal purposes, and the law in this area is shades of gray right now. It's fluctuating. It's going to be interesting to see in the next few years where we're going to go with this. We here at South Texas Crossfire and at KTMB, and my opinions don't reflect that of Carlos Lopez. He's like, no drugs at all, and I love him, but Carlos is, but I think that, and Carlos is a great man. He allows me to be on TV, and I'm honored to be on TV. But his opinions aren't mine. But in my opinion, I think that we are wasting jail cells. I think that we're incarcerating people for far too long for no reason other than ingesting marijuana. Give me a break. Let's put hardened rapists, criminals, thieves, especially thieves and looters, and people that do violent offenses. That's who needs to go to jail, not people who smoke marijuana. I think that's a waste of a jail cell. If you differ with me, let me know. Email us, joe@flotuslawfirm.com, and we'll love to put your statements on in our next show. But we also value those people who are in favor of legalization. In fact, we've asked a couple of guys to come on about it and talk about what the benefits are of it. And we should be having an attorney, in fact, who drives around. You may have seen him driving around with a car, Mr. Holscher, with marijuana leaf on it that looks like a cop car. And he is in favor of legalizing it, and he's a great advocate for it. And I've had some long conversations with him at the courthouse steps. We'd love to have him on. Kyle Holscher, good man. But let's continue the conversation more. But thank you for listening to me about marijuana and the state of marijuana here. And remember, I'm not for or against the legalization. I'm just saying that we should not hold people just for recreational use in a jail cell. It's a waste of taxpayer money. That's for darn sure. And we need to concentrate on those that really need to be in jail. So with that, we want to thank you all for tuning in to South Texas Crossfire for another 5-minute legal clinic. Thank you, and God bless.